contact and tell him to log in. Make sure he can see it.
Okay, so our live stream is up.
Did you want to do your booster club spill now, or do you want to wait?
I mean, I don't. It's not much to spiel, so.
All right, we're going to give Coach Ryan the floor to talk more about the Booster Club. Even if your student is not an athlete and you want to support the Booster Clubs, here's a great opportunity.
So yes, Booster Club, we just started our website. Just like every other Booster Club, we're trying to create that community behind student athletes and the athletic programming in the school. I think it will benefit the entire school, not just the student athletes. But we have a website set up so that you can donate to certain sports. If your student athlete plays a certain sport, you can donate directly to them, or I guess the entire idea of athletics in general. I guess I didn't really think about what else I needed to say. I coach high school football. So I also am an IT consultant, which is why I'm trying to do this as well, so we can make sure we have the greatest attendance we can have.
And Friday night, there's a game.
Friday night, yes, we stream our games live as well. If you can't make it to Dunbar, but we do have a game at Dunbar this week, so at Fort North Capital, maybe we'll take it home this year.
Thank you. All right, well, we're going to do just a quick icebreaker so we can kind of get yes, ma'am.
I have a question. Oh, sure. So you were saying that you can donate to a particular sport or all in general,
Yes.
but if you donate to a particular sport, then it's the money that goes to the particular sport.
So we would go directly into, Joel, you.
I'm going to test. We do have separate checking account and savings accounts for football, basketball, soccer, cheerleading, right now.
So hypothetically, if no one participates or donates towards basketball, but they're just not in it.
We're still.
Ryan knows why.
Oh.
Yeah, no, what we did is we have the general donation for all sports where the members of the Booster Club would then decide how the money would be best spent. But we also wanted to have the sequestered accounts so that if you wanted to only donate to basketball, you have that option, and then only basketball can be considered.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So there's not a main pool and then a.
There's a main athletic, like you can donate, and then the Booster Club would then vote on what those donations would be used for. But if you didn't want that to be a vote, you could then choose the sport directly to vote for. But of course, they have a page up yet for their donation page. So I've talked to the basketball coach and let him know I'm willing to help out when he's ready to do it. I know that we've talked about this and you've been around for a while, so we can make sure we get this straight.
It's actually a crazy question, but why are we donating to different athletic categories? Like, is there a shortage of funds?
Well, it came up when you say why are we
Yeah, why
doing
do
donations
they have-
at all?
Yeah,
Well, just in general, DCPS is not providing the bare necessities for a lot of athletic clubs.
A lot of money from the head coach's pockets.
Yeah.
That was really one of those reasons, aside from the community.
there's no budget separate.
Not
for-
for an extensive budget.
Okay.
Not something that's going to bring kids to camps when. So,
Okay.
so that's really what we're wanting to do is we drove out 6 kids to a free night camp, but that was in Ohio. So that was something that we were doing out of our pocket. We kind of spent months splitting it between the guys and also having coaches running for the room.
Okay.
And if you can't donate specifically, but you have an office or you work for an agency that does donor matching, please feel free to let them know about McKinley Tech Studio or the Booster Club, and they can, for tax deductible, they can donate directly. So we did have to split them up because the question came up last year that some of the participants were saying, well, what if I just wanted to donate for the cheerleader club? You know, I want to be able to support the cheerleaders, or I want to be able to, not that they wanted to exclude the other clubs, but their passion was cheerleading, or their passion was basketball. So that's why we made sure to have separate accounts, so that people could make individual donations if they wanted to.
And with that in mind, for the ones that you didn't mention that had an account,
We just don't have a sponsor yet who's asked for it, but if there is a sponsor, like if there's a chess team club or another team, as long as they have a sponsor and they say, hey, we need to have an account to facilitate donations to, we'll open one for them too.
or if, and this is my question, or if I wanted to just make
general fund, but on my checker, however the form is, I designate the chess club. It would go to the chess club?
It would, just make sure when you write
As long
a
as
check,
you
you
make
let
some
someone
kind of
know, right,
indication.
we have to have an accounting.
So yeah, I'll change the form for the donation page so that you can make that note if there isn't, say, an account opened up for the chess club, as that example has been used.
Right.
And if you wanted just to leave it as athletics, we do have a student activity fund in the school. And if you made a donation and wrote chess club on it, then it would go in the student activity fund. And then the chess sponsor would know that they had X amount of money to spend.
I just think it'd be good that way people don't think if it's not one of those that already have accounts, then it has to go to the general.
And we can only accept $499 as the school. Because otherwise it goes downtown to another fund. So then I would say,
Right.
give it to the
So,
PTO.
did everyone hear that part? Dr.
I
Jones
know.
letting folks know that the school itself can only accept up to $499, and I assume 99 cents. If the money goes directly to the school, which is why we were hoping that more donations are facilitated through our parent-teacher organization.
So if we get a check for $10,000, we have to send it to the DC treasurer and then have to figure out a way to do a spend plan to spend the money. It becomes a lot more involved.
Great. And so it's weeks before our money gets back to what we actually wanted it to use it for. Does that make sense?
I mean, we'll take $10,000, don't get me wrong.
Right. Right, but we've got a faster loophole. Right. We've got a faster loophole. Okay.
And the Booster Club is tax exempt, so you could write this off directly on donations. So that is another
Yes.
reason we have that set up.
Yeah. We'll run through our icebreakers. Who wants to go first? So we're going to talk about your name, something interesting about you that maybe the people in this room didn't know, and if you have a student with greater, and if you're not, going to teach.
My name is Sharonda Simpson. I have two children, 10th and 11th grade. Angelo, 10, Angel, 11. Angelo's a basketball player. Angel's a basketball player.
Basketball.
They're both great students. I'm working not too far from it, but still stuff is happening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always visible around the school. I try to be in as much organization and things within the group as I can and be involved. I'm the Booster Club, get up and run it really quick. So I'm working hard to this year, yes. Okay. So for all the kids, not just mine.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Modesty Roche Davis. I am one of the assistant principals on the middle school side. Been there for 9 years. So I love the Eckington community. Of course, our school services out of boundary students. So now I have the pleasure of meeting students from all of the wards. And it's been a pleasure to be in this community. I think that's pretty much it. We are working really hard to encourage middle school parent participation as well as staff participation. And I have faith that it's going to increase.
Do you think it's because we don't post in middle school side of the building?
No, just to be transparent, middle school parents are very different from high school parents. They're more close to an elementary style mindset, flyers, and they're used to the face-to-face time. And so when we're greeting at the doors in the morning, we're reminding them about PTO. We're sending the robocalls, we're sending flyers home now. So when you all create flyers, if you would just give those to us and we'll send them home, because we typically send packets home at least once a week or bi-weekly, because it's that middle ground between high school and elementary. A lot of siblings, we have a lot of elementary kids and middle school kids, and then we have middle school kids with high school siblings. And so they're just used to communication coming a certain way. Yeah. Thank you.
Danielle Reed, one of the assistant principals on the high school side, specifically 11th and 12th grade. Mr. Clinton.
Thank you. Great, also serving with LSAT. We'll talk about that in a minute, LSAT.
Polish movie, I'm a social studies teacher, name is Michelle English. I'm a new parent to McKinley Tech Community. I have a son that's in 11th grade. His name is Miles English. I'm coming to, we have to fund a lot of different categories at the school. And I think it'll be rewarding for me because my background was fundraising. That we come from an awful partner organization called 12 Days of Christmas, where we raise money for underprivileged children. And we were able to donate to MLK a check for $10,000. And I'm excited to be here. It's new for me. Everything is new for me. So I'll probably ask a lot of questions and get to know the teachers. And McLean School of Maryland is the private sector. So everything is like hands-on parent involvement. So, yeah, you probably see me a lot.
Okay, that's a good thing. We'll see each other as parents.
Football coach. I'm a manager of the school. I moved to DC 5 years ago from Ohio. I'm a Buckeye. That's cool. And my favorite color is green.
I love money. Louise Jones, principal, UVA, Georgia Tech, and my favorite
My favorite color is not green. Hi, everybody. I'm Tanya Hales. I'm a new parent at McKinley. I have a daughter, Jordan, who is in the 9th grade. I have a daughter who's in college in Ohio at Auburn Wallace. And I'm really excited about getting more involved with the school and finding out what the needs are where he does need a lot of assistance, and hopefully I can do some stuff.
You're welcome.
Hi, I'm Jerry Abrams. I'm a new parent. My daughter's in the 9th grade. Her name is Lynn Omni Hopkins. My favorite color is purple. That's purple.
Where did you go to middle school?
I hated that. I'm an CPS product, so I like CPS better. I also play high school football for Cardozo. You will play them for the homecoming, for their homecoming.
You had a lot in common. Yes, ma'am.
Sharika Smith. My son is Roy Ward, he's the 10th grader here. Color is red.
It's not your first year at McKinley. What do you like the most?
I like that the PTO is building and that we're trying to really work towards some more goals here. I like that when I saw you straight out of the text, I was like,
Oh, yes, because you asked.
right, I did, and I do have one. I didn't wear it tonight at work, but I'm looking forward to us becoming even more involved. And I'd like to see the middle school parents more, because I honestly never think of the middle school when I meeting, but I often see a few staff members, and so I would like for them to kind of feel more inclusive.
We gotta figure out how to make that happen, because
We'll work on that. Yes, ma'am.
My name is Jama Siad Hassan. He's Hassan. And, he's a 9th grader.
Where did he go to middle school? Where did he go to middle school?
He went to Academy now.
Okay.
So he come so far.
Yes. Nice to meet you. Hi, I'm Marissa Friedman. I'm assistant principal. Okay.
well, the thing that you should tell them, Marissa, is that you're UVA grad. And I believe you just received a $10,000 check. Did you receive a $10,000 check? Even if it's 1,000, I'm so impressed. So,
Where is it award?
It was an award.
Okay.
Tom?
It was an award for, science that I received in college for my, science teaching and education. Okay.
Congratulations. Yes.
It's my first year at the Tech. One interesting fact about me, even though I have never studied one foot, I am a true Buckeye fan. I love Ohio State football more than any other sport.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome. Hello, my name is Ashley Harris. I'm the dean of students on the middle school side. And one interesting fact, I don't know. Oh, I am a foodie. If you like to cook, if you like to go out to eat, yeah, I love it. Okay. Speaking of foodies and our fundraiser people, we're going to try to host a restaurant week fundraiser to raise money for the PTO. So we're going to need your guys' help. I know you know all the great restaurants. Okay, so we're going to circle back. Oh, yes, I am. Sure.
So it's a direct opportunity. It was really, really helpful. More teachers here. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I understand.
this year, we made it part of their commitment to the school community as an option that you get credit for joining the PTO and for volunteering in extracurricular activities. But to be fair, they are all doing quite a lot of things. And so 6 o'clock time frame for them is kind of tough too. But we do have, we have a number of staff here. I think we have the most staff here that we've had for a while.
Before, yeah.
But yeah,
I guess my question would be, why do you feel that having teachers here is more for parents?
I think that parents are more teachers. There would be more. I just think it should be a dual thing. I agree. There's more parents here than 40 and 100. So, yeah, that's not good. But
And it brings that connection between the parents and the teachers. Both of us being part of the organization, I was happy to see one of my teachers here. Yeah, so it brings you closer and develop that relationship.
We're gonna work on that. I'm gonna finish the icebreaker. One thing that came up for a lot of the staff members is because school ends at around 3:30, 3:15.
Yeah.
It was difficult for them to stick around for another 2.5 hours. So then the question that came up in our board meeting was, do we host our meetings earlier? Parents, or do we try in order to get more students or vice versa? So we're gonna try to come up in between. If for anyone who didn't hear earlier, we do have a live stream now. So if you know any other parents or teachers who would like to be here but not physically be here, go onto the website, they can do a live stream. We'll find a way for them to submit questions or have an open discussion.
I can be watching the comment board. It's actually live, so.
Oh, okay. Right, so that is one option. So please feel free to spread the word. We did not have that last year, so a lot of people might not know about it. Right.
I think that is a benefit to a lot of middle school parents and high school parents if their students are student athletes. I think that's a good idea to have something like that where they can watch the work or pull it up on their phone. I think that would be more.
And you can watch on any mobile device too, right?
This is just streaming through YouTube right now.
Okay,
This is
I'm gonna put that flyer together.
McKinleyTechBoosters.com. They both work. They will be the streaming set right there. So
And just a recommendation, in this world now of live streaming, conference calling, webinars, those types of things. Not a physical one, but a virtual one. That still allows people to engage but not be here and utilize the times that you physically come together, true interaction and engagement or fundraising activities, so that it does build community. Because reality is, I'm just thinking from my head, as an administrator, you're in all these different meetings, and every time you're in the school, it's business related. And so at some point, your brain begins to shut down. But if maybe you had a food tasting or something, or a social, or some kind of, sip and paint, or whatever the case may be,
that creates another opportunity for us to engage as adults, where we connect beyond just the academic, level of engagement. So maybe the opportunity of utilizing some kind of webinar feature like Google Conference or something like that, and having a meeting that way to see how that goes. And then maybe, once 1 month webinar kind of thing, next month come together, brief meeting, and then some kind of social activity. I don't know what kind of break the monotony of always coming together and it's just business driven minded focus on that.
We did have some ideas about that in the board meeting, so in October, Todd's here and the whole group is back. This is more that I won't be here, but I'll help prepare for that meeting, but thank you for that. Sure, that's great, Garth. You introduce yourself, what brings you to McKinley, whether you're a parent, student, Aaron, or a teacher or staff member, and then something interesting about you that maybe this group is not yet.
Well, hello, my name is Miss Nichols. I am a second year science teacher at McKinley Tech. I am teaching anatomy and biology this year. Last year I taught AP environmental science and laboratory techniques. What brings me here? I'm a teacher, so I popped in since I was here late, doing my sub-program. Didn't know about me that I will also be with Facebook tomorrow and Friday.
Is anybody student going on the tour tomorrow? Just say what? You feel like that great parents should do know about. Can you give a little brief?
Oh, okay.
On that too? Of course.
I am coordinating with the college career coordinator for our IT and engineering academies here, but I pretty much work with all students, biotech included, and an interesting fact about myself. Everyone in my family is left-handed except for my father, so my mother and my other two sisters are. And then NAB is a national organization that our IT and engineering programs right now fall under. They have approval on our students' diploma once they graduate, if they meet the qualifications, which that includes taking either 4 or 5 classes that are approved through NAB, either project liquid engineering, project liquid computer science, digital media, or Cisco networking. Completing an internship, which for our graduating class in 2017, 88% of our IT students and 89% of our engineering students have completed internships. And what else? They have to do a couple other things, pass like a certification or end of year exam also.
So you're graduating, so certified.
Exactly. Right. So that's just what we're working on. There's different requirements that they have to go through. College tours is what they have to do. Field trips, guest speakers. So that's kind of a lot of what I do here.
So if your student is IT and engineering, Ms. Hazlett is the person to them. My daughter has blue hair and she found her a job at Georgetown University. And I know for a fact they would not have hired her had she not come through that. She's very talented, but when she got into it, she was basically about, why work? So that's just an example. What's your colleague's name? I forgot who said that. Mr. Holmes, yes. They are very diligent about helping our students, not just through the school year, but through the summer. So if your child has already signed up or has planned to sign up with summer youth employment, they do not have to pick the internships that they offer downtown. They can go through the NAPT Academy, and as long as they meet Mr. Holmes and Ms. Hazlett's requirements, they can actually receive the internship credit as well as get a really good summer gig. Okay, and some of those summer gigs is actually higher than students even after the fact. Okay, so out the door if you need to. All right, I'm gonna keep track of time. Okay. Oh, I'm not gonna finish. I haven't forgotten you. I've introduced myself too. I'm sorry. Todd Richardson is watching as our president. Hopefully I'm doing him justice. The parent of a ninth grader and an 11th grader, and his favorite color is green too. I think the Greens are winning tonight. Go ahead, Sophie.
I'm Stephanie Scott. I am the parent of an 11th grader, Zenna Yelnick, who took Miss Friedman last year for AP chemistry and he got a 4 on the AP exam.
Did you give her the ball?
I learned more chemistry helping him go through AP chemistry than I did when I was in high school 30 years ago. I also have a daughter who is a 10th grader at School Down Falls, which I share with. I think that us and the Richardson family are the only ones probably in the city with one kid at Falls and one kid. He actually has 2 here and 1 at Falls. And my favorite color is chocolate brown. Oh, the other thing is I'm the secretary of the board, so I'm supposed to be taking notes, but at the moment I'm working the fundraising table, so the notes for this meeting are gonna be a little less specific than they normally do. Sorry.
And again, my name is Jules Smith. I am the guardian of a senior, Haley Thompson. She's the girl with blue hair. And something interesting about me, of course, I look clean. I raised a teenager 3 years ago. So bear with me. I also have a toddler, so sometimes when you come to the meetings, yes, you will see my little soon-to-be 2-year-old running around in the hallways with my husband. So that's my kid. There actually is another parent here who she actually gave birth to a teenager. She also has a toddler, and so you'll see him too from time to time. Okay. Let's move on to some really important stuff. LSAT. Can you talk about LSAT, Dr. Jones?
Sure, the local school advisory team, we are tasked with having an LSAT for the high school and for the middle school. And the LSAT meets 4 times a year. It can meet more often, but at least 4 times a year. The 2 major items for LSAT is the comprehensive school plan, which is like our plan to look at our data and see where we need to improve an improvement plan. And then the budget. The LSAT doesn't determine the comprehensive school plan nor determine how we spend our budget. But I take the recommendations from the LSAT very seriously because it is a mixture of administrators, teachers, parents, and I've also asked the president of the student government to join us as well. Member of LSAT, you have to be elected. The teachers are elected through the WTU process. The parents are elected through parent meeting. So you don't actually have to be the PTO. But if you're a parent and you're interested in running for LSAT, your name can go on a ballot and the other parents can vote. I think it's a secret vote. Yes. It's a secret vote. And then the top. Yeah, then the top 3 parents are then invited to be members of LSAT, and then the PTO, probably that, but the PTO president is also a member as well. The meetings are generally from 6 to 7:30ish. Again, we try to shoot for 4 times a year, sometimes more. Sometimes around budget time, more time thinking through things because that means how much money goes into the general account for supplies, how much goes for admin premium, and how much goes for staffing. So sometimes that means some departments increase in size and some departments decrease in size depending upon the number of students that we're projected to have and depending on what we are trying to offer or do.
Does that make sense to everyone? So if you're new to McKinley and you really want to get the digs on the budget and figure out where the money's going, where it's coming from, feel free to let me know now if you want to throw your hat in for LSAT nominations. We're not voting this video.
Those two, but I didn't know if we had a full roster of folks who were, there was only one person who emailed.
Is that person here today? I received an email about someone who wanted to be on the LSAT board. No, okay, well, I have her name. Is anybody else interested in joining LSAT? We do need it in weeks. For parents.
For middle school and high school.
Right.
So we need a total of 6 parents. Got one,
Okay.
got a live one over here.
And you're high school, right?
Tanya Hales. Do you have your email address? That way up.
Any parents on the middle school side? Thank you. Okay, we'll think it over. Before our next meeting, if you change your mind, feel free to shoot us an email. Feel free to shoot us an email, or if you know any parents, if you have girlfriends, guy friends who could come and they may be interested, please let us know.
They owe you a
Like,
favor.
contact you if I didn't prepare or will ask if they're counseling to contact you.
They can always do McKinley, mtechpto@gmail.com. Send it to you. I'm sorry, so you don't have to remember that. mtechpto@gmail.com.
We've been trying to put it on the weekly emails that go out by grade level a time or two, but haven't gotten much.
Hopefully, I've got some fallback here, just in case.
And to sign up for that kind of email from the PTO, we have the sign-up sheet on mckinneytechboosters.com.org.
So please spread the word there too. So other parents who know who can make it, it's just on the newsletter, let them know. All right, and then we are also open for nominations for the PTO. It says PTA, I apologize about that. For the PTO, so Todd has thrown in his hat again, so he's president again this school year. I've thrown in my hat, but if it's contested, I will step down for VP and secretary. We are still looking desperately for a treasurer and then a second VP from the middle school side. Are you interested in joining the board for the PTO?
The board meetings are really a lot of fun.
They are. All we do is joke and laugh, and definitely not a social group. So I can attest to that. It's okay. Let me take it back. When people were asking me to join a board, it sounds like a lot of fun. It's great. Like one more thing, I've already got kids. What more do they want from me? But this is just a way that even in your small free time, right? Because I know it's not a lot, where you could say thank you. What was your name? Jerry. G-E-R-I. G-E-R-I. D-E-R-Y. But it's like we have gatherings, we had a retreat at Dr. Jones' house. I will admit it is fabulous. She gave us food. We get together at Todd's house too. So it's not just, as AP Green was saying, meeting after meeting after meeting. I don't want you to think that. Okay, anybody else? If not, let me know on your way out the door. How am I looking on time? Okay, so I've got a little bit more than 30 minutes. You guys want to flip over, let's talk numbers of the budget. So third page in your packet, give you an idea of some of our fundraising goal needs this fundraiser. We always try to get mini grants out, and we want to do at least $1,500, so if you can spread the word to other teachers. I'm not sure.
I did do that.
Okay, the person who is running that committee, she just couldn't make it today because her son's playing soccer in the senior year. For a second, if anybody has any questions on the process, just send us an email and I'll make sure that she gets back to you guys. We want to be able to have at least $1,500 for that. Teacher appreciation is coming up in the spring. We all love our staff members and our teachers, so we definitely want to be able to fund a lunch or breakfast or some sort for that item. I know it sounds crazy, but DCPS does not pay for everything for graduation. So the students raise a lot of their own money, but we try to come in maybe the last minute if there is a need. If there's not a need, then we'll step back. But if there is a need on the middle school and the high school side, we try to raise money and contribute to that. We've done that in previous years too. Our insurance is standard.
Obviously, our web is not completely free. Bank fees, and any of us will be able to too, Ms. Treasurer. If you can find, we're having difficulty finding a financial institution that does not charge at least $15 to $20 per account each month. So if you can,
I used to be an ANC commissioner, we used to have
okay.
a bank account.
Industrial.
Industrial.
Okay, I thought it tonight, I thought about looking into that. If you can check with them to find out what their banking fees are. We currently, just so everyone knows, we bank at SunTrust. We were gonna switch over to Citigroup, and then I found out that come October 1st, their accounts are actually getting more expensive. So we're gonna say SunTrust for now. Okay, booster clubs fund we have sitting there. We have petty cash expenditures. So just so you know, petty cash is normally funds that we'll get from sales from uniforms. It is housed in the main office, and when minor things might come up that the staff needs or something like that, Dr. Jones or someone of authority will send an email and say, hey, do you mind if we use these funds for X, Y, Z? And then board members are all in that email, and then of course you say yea or nay. But we haven't had any items that come up that people were at objection over.
No, and I think we're down to probably maybe $50. I'd have to look.
Okay,
So
great.
it's not a lot of money in there.
Yeah, we use some of it for the breakfast for the staff members. It's always school related. Okay. Let me see here. Dues. Again, if I didn't mention it already, you can pay your dues, and if you can afford to donate anything extra, it will all go to the PTO general fund. Todd has a very ambitious goal this year that we are hoping to raise at least $5,000 for ANC commissioners. If you are active in your ANC, I do know a lot of them have grant opportunities. When the grants due, the paperwork, we will fill out the forms. So let us know if you can come up with an idea of how to raise funds. Which I know you definitely can, so let us know. We have another parent too who normally heads the fundraising committee. The reason she's not here tonight is because there was a conflict with PC Statehood. She's on that committee, so she will be here in October as well. Selling everything outside is going to PTO. This is how we're bringing in money right now. Fundraiser. So as far as sales, you will see us sell product services if you want to donate items for sale. I think we have some restrictions on the type of food that DCPS allows us to issue.
I think the PTO is okay.
Okay, even if it's a parent teacher conference?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we tend to make the most money when it comes to the sales that we have outside. Parents. Everybody's there, they want to buy a t-shirt. I don't personally attend the games, but if you are attending the games, it's on the schedule, let me know ahead of time if you're open to selling t-shirts. Okay, because I can always speak with you or anyone else who's attending if you want to assist. I have a Square Register app that I have no problem giving you access to, so let me know there too. I can't be everywhere. All right, so those are some ideas. Biggest thing that may be coming up is a taste of Bloomingdale. You know, maybe she had to run out because she loved the neighborhood. What we did last year? Last year was our fundraising committee. Our fundraising committee chair, and we have John Capozzi, who's student here. He also is the head of human resources at Optum. So there are a lot of parents who are connected that go to Intently that you'll see from time to time. They put together a taste of Bloomingdale, where they went to about 5 or 6 restaurants in the neighborhood and pretty much had an agreement that our students, staff, and parents would either come with the tickets that we had paid $20 for, 20% discount to frequent that facility. So as AP3 was speaking, it turned into kind of like a social happy hour thing. That I didn't know it was adult only. I brought my kids. I walked in, I was like, oh, it's a bar. That's something that we're hoping to do again this year. So if anybody wants to head that, we already have, I don't necessarily have the time for it, but we already have the restaurants, the letters. We just need to change the dates on them. And I'll get you in touch with the owner. Okay. Or any other ideas too, let me know. And I'll also give you guys my personal email address. So that way you can send me those directly. So that's where we are. As far as banking accounts, just give you an update.
What is the taste of?
When we haven't set a date. And that's what I need someone this year to head it. Typically. Last year we did the spring. Yeah, I can't remember exactly which month. I have to go back to my emails. But because I knew it was really nice outside.
Was it like April?
It may have been. We know towards the end of the school year, it's hard to get people. Okay, yes. Yes, ma'am. Let me get your email in front of you. For accounting purposes, because I've been the quasi treasurer today, our main account right now has $12,023.11. And then we had moved some money over to the boosters to keep them funded. So in total, there's $76 in one, 85 in another, 85 in another, and then 108.97. So to kind of give you a general idea of where we are, we're pretty low on funding. So these next few months have to be committed to fundraising, donations, or something or other. All right. Let me have any questions about the budget. Yes, ma'am. What about parties? We could do parties. Your house?
Like, but, like, I guess I have younger, like, one of my friends owns the Gulf Museum.
Okay.
So we were like, maybe, like, we're actually throwing a party Saturday at the museum for middle school age kids.
Oh, okay.
And it's like $5 entry. We have friends that are, like, I used to be a federal agent, so I have a lot of police friends.
Okay.
So they do the versus, and then I have friends in bands and such, so we had, well, I guess we're PTO sponsored.
We're open to it. Yeah, we're open, as long as it's legal. We're open to it. So, what else do you have a sign-in sheet? If you can make a note on the sign-in sheet next to your name that you would like to do the fundraising committee, what I'll do is I'll put a separate email together for those folks. For those folks, so we know to reach out to you specifically, and then we can just get on an email chain. Any other ideas anybody might have off the top of their head? We actually might get out early.
I know.
Something too. Oh, one thing I want to mention too, we do have parents who are willing to loan money for fundraising. So people always say, well, where are we going to get our summer funds from? We got a couple of emails of parents just saying, well, I'll lend $500 towards fundraising. So, right, so they would just be loaning it to us. So like with the t-shirts, Todd and I put in maybe 500 something a piece initially. And then once, the proceeds are paid back, then, right, all extra goes to. So we don't have to worry about, oh, we don't have enough money to even start one. We do. Their parents are willing to put out, myself included.
So you all aren't school sports website that sells McKinley Tech?
Not yet.
That will be the booster website as well. We have a storefront. It's just we're waiting to go live with the account. I actually missed a call about this last night, so we were supposed to have such that.
So you don't have one already?
No, this is the first one.
There's a website that sells McKinley Tech.
There might be alumni.
It's not official.
Oh,
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
I've seen it. I was ordering.
I haven't seen it. It's probably an alumni.
No,
It's
prepsportswear.com.
Yeah, that's,
Sportswear?
Yeah. And it's cute.
it is, yeah, it is McKinley, because I thought.
Are we getting money from that?
No.
No.
So this is probably just a branding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Like Max Preps or the football website that you can kind of offer.
Yeah, that's what we get out.
Yeah, that's everyone.
Yeah, so it's not.
Pretty much actual name.
I can do that.
Great, you're-
Well, I'm glad to hear that, you're ready to start, because I've been like, I pressed hard for that spray out of Texas, like, where's my parent here for the rallies?
Yes,
the
I was excited to see a parent in Wilson with the t-shirt on.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, this one will be live.
And they said that was the biggest day, but they didn't count like homecoming.
Yeah.
Wilson versus McKinley.
Yeah.
Wilson.
It was
Assistant principal told me that. It was incredible.
We were there. Yeah, we were there. We brought the whole family. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Anybody have any questions about the budget before I close this out? I don't want to just run over it too fast. Yeah.
So do they call it auction?
Yes. Yeah, we're open to auctions as well. And I know throughout the school year, there will be a lot of people coming to you asking for, like, the seniors are selling things. I'm sure the juniors are going to start selling things too. Yes, ma'am.
I guess as a teacher, I'm not sure, the teacher over the
class sponsor.
class sponsor for the 11th grade. That's what I want.
I don't know, 11th grade.
It's Parson.
Let me take a look, but Hammond is, Mr. Hammond is for seniors.
I believe Ms. Parson and Ms. Davidson, or Ms. Rock is. The main name. 11th grade today. Yes. That's policy. 11th grade.
That's
It's Ms. Parson.
Yeah. They do fundraising within the class group.
Oh, with each class.
Right. And in case, obviously, the private section is a little different. So here at DCPS, all graduation is not paid for by DCPS. And so,
They raise money to give all the kids a yearbook when they're senior to
yearbooks,
help reduce the cost for prom.
it's,
Yeah.
all of that comes out of either the parents' pocket or the student's fundraise. And so they usually have a
Senior
sponsor to kind of organize all the fundraisers throughout the year.
Okay. Speaking of the yearbook, do we have a yearly yearbook or?
Yes.
I've never seen.
We have, usually only the seniors get it, which is really strange because all my other schools, everybody writes a yearbook.
Oh, it's not the purchase.
It is, but they don't do a very good. And so we can order in groups of like 20 over what the senior class is, but folks don't come in and fill out order forms, so we don't order them, we don't want to pay for it, but, we do have some yearbooks from last year, and we're getting ready, to decide on the yearbook company for this year, and we're only gonna print the number that are paid for.
So why would they make it part of like yearbook and
They do that for the seniors.
Okay.
Yeah, it's parents.
And it's just that the underclassmen don't typically want to buy yearbooks.
Okay, okay. Okay, right. So are there pages, okay, so like in the yearbook, are people able to purchase pages like for ads and
Yes.
sport
This would be my first
clippings and, underclassmen?
Well, we haven't sold them because they were doing it as an after-school club for a while. They weren't really selling a lot of ads, and so kids could buy a page, put their baby pictures and all of that on there. But the seniors typically just raised the money to buy it, and we kept it pretty good. It was under $30, I think. Yeah, because it sounded like I had one school, it was like a college one, it was $80-some, but it covered everything. And that's not the way they do it. They do a very small.
Okay,
We'll
so
jot this down for possible.
all grades don't get them.
No, everybody who gets their picture taken on picture day
Is it
is in the
yearbook?
yearbook, and all
Students
the
are coming in.
all the athletes and the clubs and everything's represented. But kids don't come in and buy. And I think a lot of it has to do with, they have their own pictures and social media.
Yeah, I
It's just
think
not as
social
important
media
as it
kind
used
of
to be.
Yeah, I think social media kind of killed the allure of a yearbook. Because even when I was in high school, we had video
Oh.
yearbooks. So people were no longer buying the book, they could get the DVD.
Oh, yeah, we used to have a party that would sign the yearbook.
Yeah, so that's what, I was getting ready to suggest, like, they have a party, like, close towards the end of the year, it's like a yearbook party. It's all activities that particular period where everyone comes in with their yearbook. So this may get people a little aroused to purchase a yearbook to
I think so.
attend,
You
and
do
if
like
they
a-
don't, they have to go to class or something like that.
That's true. But
Yeah.
maybe we could poll some students.
Give them like an incentive to kind of purchase and attend,
Okay, I'll put it down as a fundraising idea.
And that was another thing, incentive to get other parents to attend. Like, if you get credit for the class, like, Frank, if you told me she was, like, we had a sign in when we came to back to school night.
We're actually not allowed to give grades for parent participation, food drives, toy drives.
Maybe
So like the extra credit points, you mean, you're not allowed.
We're not allowed to do that.
Not extra credit or,
Bathroom break.
That's what you mean.
I mean, do they get to wear
Oh,
jeans
okay.
ever?
Right.
Like, do
Yeah,
they ever now wear their uniform?
well, we do have some dress down days, but everybody asks to have a fundraiser dress down day.
Right.
And I just don't open it up. If we have a dress down day, it's because we're just having a dress down day. Because it wouldn't be fair to,
Oh, you say only the kids with money
yeah.
dress down.
What's the, but now it's like a $2, like,
Yeah, no, we don't use dress down. We want to maintain the uniform as much as possible. By saying, oh, let's have the dress down day and have the kids pay $2 or whatever.
Well, let's say that if your parent comes to, if like we had an event, if you get your parents to come,
Well,
you get a pass to dress down. That doesn't cost anything.
I don't mind doing that. We just don't use it as a fun.
Great. Well,
I mean, as a way to lure the parents,
As
is
an
an incentive, not extra credit, but if you could get your parent to come, because that Chip did that, they didn't or anything. But if your parents didn't come to it, or your parents, if your parents signed your report card, then you would get to wear jeans the next day after you turned the report card in. So it would just, no money, but just incentive to make sure the kid came home and said, sign my report card, so I want to wear jeans. So it's great, and I'll bring it back.
Okay. We'll definitely look into that too. Because I think that we had this conversation with the board meeting. My personal opinion is on the high school side, a lot of, I say high school parents who check out. But it's usually up until senior year. You're like, wait a minute, where have you been? You know what I mean? Like,
right, and
that's
not fair.
right. And so what happens is, I don't know if it's like teacher, and so I'm kind of not as involved, which I used to be in the middle school, elementary school side. I think a lot of it sometimes is just a mindset. Like a lot of parents are like, oh, my kid has got this, because, and so they don't necessarily realize what is still needed in the school. It's like unless the students are going home say, we don't have this, we don't, like when we were in high school, I was 12, and I would come home and there's no heat. I'm sitting in school with my coat on, it's like, then it was like, oh, okay. Right, and so the parents were like, there was a reason because they thought, and independently, I don't think a lot of parents realize what the needs are. Because a lot of the kids, their needs are being met for on at least the surface stuff. So it's not until you meet the students or the athletes or the chess club teams, and they're like, oh wait, you guys don't have this, you guys don't have that, that people feel more involved. But what we're gonna do is, I think the social thing, I was saying that on the call last time, maybe if we find a way for it to be more of a social environment, then more parents will kind of feel like it's an academic happy hour, they can come to. So we'll work on that for sure. So that'll be October's goal. I'll talk about that. Okay. Don't want to leave you guys too long. Okay, 7:10. What have I missed on here? Goals. We talked about money. Of course, we all need money. Some advocacy stuff that's really important. So let me know if you have, I know the school year's kind of new. Are there things that you need as a parent, or you don't feel like McKinley is helping your child to achieve? Because we want to find out what the concerns are, which is, I probably should open this up with more staff members from here to find out what the teachers need, but I'll hear about that in LSAC. Are there things that your students are coming home and telling you that issues that you may have? We hear about there being some confusion with Aspen, but anything else that maybe PTO can help address?
If they could just do Aspen a little more often.
Okay.
Or, because
We'll update it, you mean?
yeah, or make, and check, because I wanted to talk to the teacher, because it had like a 0 for participation. I was like, how do you? And that made her grade it B.
Okay.
So I'm like, she has a B.
Check that, because it may not be correct. That's the kind of thing that we're struggling with the bugs in Aspen. I'm not gonna send out progress reports on time because I don't trust this week until we can double check and spot check and make sure that we're seeing that it's consistently right. They rolled out this new software, it's just not.
And why don't most teachers use that mobile?
Because they're asking us to use Aspen.
CPS is trying to bring them all onto, because I think 2 years ago, everybody was using a lot of different sites, and so you had to go this site to check this.
And one of the, I wrote John Davis, who is the interim chancellor,
Isn't his son here?
his son actually this year.
Okay.
I had been asking for now the second year for more computers, more bandwidth, and more tech, because we are the STEM school. Staff is telling me is that they don't have enough computer carts with laptops. And the ones that they have are breaking down because they're older now. And in addition, they've not been set up correctly through, this is a citywide issue, that instead of the one login and you can log on pretty rapidly, the kids are using their individual logins, and it takes a long time for the computers to load, recognizing it immediately. And therefore, a lot of instructional time is wasted. So teachers are coming to school early if they have laptop cards, and they're going through and using their own codes to log in. So they're warmed up and ready when the kids get there, and then they have to tell the kids, don't log off,
Right.
leave them on.
Do
It's
we need
just,
more computer cards with laptops?
we need more computer cards with laptops. We need more computers to replace the broken ones in labs. We just need more. I mean, it's not, it used to be that computers and nice add-on that enriched your teaching, but it is now an essential part of being an educator. It is now an essential part of being a student. And we've got to do better. And there are schools in the district that have a one-to-one policy where every kid has a computer and they have grants or whatever. We're the freaky STEM school, and we should have these things because that's who we are.
Make a note. Any other needs? Ryan, did you get your Ethernet?
We're waiting until November, that should happen.
Oh, I did get the, I was in the email. Okay, so
What happened
Ryan's
in
need last year was a better.
We wanted to disconnect the press box so it was a live connection to Ethernet. We're making do now. Mr. Henson was able to provide us a login. Trying to keep that Wi-Fi connected from the press box, but it's not very good range from the school.
Just to be transparent, he could absolutely do the work. He's very qualified to do it, but because he's not a DCPS employee and part of the Department of General Services, he can't do it. And therefore, we can't get it done until November when they decide to do it.
Any other needs? Any other? Okay, yes, ma'am.
No, we just have to find it out. I mean, anything has to.
Librarian needs an update assistant or volunteer?
If we accept it. It has to.
She,
Like,
my son is going to be hanging out in the library before school during lunch. Or after school. Lunch and hanging out in the cafeteria. But because she's just one librarian at the time, she can't be there.
Right.
To lock it up.
Right,
So
okay.
she asked if there's any way the PTO can incentivize a student to be in the, the library attendance.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that would look like, and I told her we have to talk to Dr. Jones. There's also the potential of hiring somebody if we don't make that, or there's always volunteers. Like, my mom is able to volunteer in the library, but my son was like, hey,
We did talk about that last year, so if you do know parents with free time and want to volunteer, we can, there's an application process.
Before you leave on the application process of volunteer.
To be a certified volunteer, you have to go through the DCPS process. And so, if you go to their website.
I'm gonna email you.
And Google it, you have to fill out an application, and they do require that you have a criminal check and fingerprints, and maybe a TB test. And then you get a certificate that you're a volunteer. And then we can use help in the office, we can use help in the library. Chaperones for field trips. There are, you many different ways so that we can
The website for that.
Yes, the instructions for volunteering.
Okay, that's.
I mean, it's everybody.
Okay.
So I'm just, and then I just had 2 people down, who wanted to, my interim treasurer and,
Taste of
just English, right, for the fundraising in general. Anybody else wanted to?
I had one date I forgot to I guess, ask, any students in the school that might be able to do what Devin did last year, kind of man the camera during football games or anything.
Devin Mosley?
It was Devin Wingfield.
Oh, Wingfield. So
He-
we have the camera?
We have the camera, I
Okay.
purchased it, and now we just need somebody to kind of man the camera. I think we actually awarded Devin with like student participation award last year at our football.
Okay, we can send an email.
Would be very helpful.
You want to interview students?
I mean, if they're interested in film and that's something they might want to study, then
Yeah.
that would be perfect.
Ryan, can you give her contact, please, if she's ever studying internship?
Did you meet that perfect?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for like college tours, trips, scholarships, you only work with the IC.
So no, I work with all, I work with all the students. If, jobs that I'm paid for is IT and engineering students.
she's got biotech kids going tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have, I have a third of the students are biotech students that go. Half of the ones that come in my office are biotech. I had a biotech student send me her personal statement yesterday. So I don't turn a student down because I'm the only person in the school with this job. So I don't want to say, no, I can't help you because you're not IT or engineering. I'm not gonna do that to that child. So.
Is there anything that you need from the parent?
To clone herself.
Yeah, you can figure it out. No. So like for the college tour tomorrow, we did, like for all the college tours, we do, and this will come, I did it last year for the mini grant for the spring. Every student can't afford to pay for the trip, so I did a GoFundMe and just sent it out to my friends. We had probably 15 students that couldn't afford to pay for the trip. So that's $3,000 that needed to be raised. We got 250 up for the mini grant, and then I think I probably raised like the rest of it through my GoFundMe with my family and friends. So like, you know, I don't know.
When those opportunities come up, she usually lets us know, and so we have a separate opportunity to help donate, whether it's snacks or.
Yeah, snacks or, I have some bags to put snacks in for tomorrow.
And you also do your going away to college, what's that?
Oh, the truck, that's Ms. Reynolds does the, truck scholarship. So working on that, that could be, she normally does it around like January, February, but it could be a longer, you're able to get more items, but it's pretty much everything that a student would need to go to college. I think she gave like, we were able to like maybe 5 trucks away last year.
We donated sheets and
Yeah.
toiletries.
I mean, mine is more time. I don't know how to. You have someone come in the office and foul for me. I don't know. Literally, I don't really. Okay. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Communication for things like that. It goes just to the teachers or.
No,
Go to,
well, she's always at, normally she or her stand-in is usually here at our meetings.
Yeah, I see them.
Oh, okay.
Well, for like the GoFundMe, I didn't reach out to other parents about the phone thing that you mentioned, like last year and things like that. Like I said, to teachers, to staff.
No, it goes, we usually send it out to PTO as an email. So some of the times we don't know if we're sending out too many emails and people aren't really going through and reading all the needs. So we try to encourage people to come to meetings or the live cam so you can hear about more of this information. But one of the other things too, and I got you, go ahead. Good luck tomorrow. And I said this last year too. Don't be discouraged by not having a large group. Last year we had, large larger groups here and there, but it's usually, as everyone normally knows, it's a core group of people who get together and do a lot of the work. There are parents who might not have the once a month time commitment. We hear and say, hey, we came up with this fundraising idea, I'm assuming that you buy a ticket, and they will do that.
There's 5 or 6 parents who are here who normally show up all
Right,
the time.
right, I got it, and they felt so bad that I was hosting, they sent an email saying, I'm so sorry I won't be able to make it, because they know what other parents are thinking when you don't see a full row, so, trust me, it's me.
You should go back a second with the, now that the PTO and the booster club is, they're 501.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I know we had issues in terms of community service hours. Like my son Jabari, we were talking about needing someone to run the camera. He is like the assistant to Williams, the athletic director. Jabari keeps score for basketball teams, soccer, baseball sometimes, and so he's not able to get hours for those things because Mr. Williams has time, right? So
we
he
can't as a
doesn't.
school give hours.
Yeah, if he was to man my table out here, I'd give him hours, I offered hours.
Okay.
Just to- Yeah.
So I just want to make sure he gets connected with the right person because the counselor couldn't accept, at least on 2 occasions, like last year came for, I think it was Mr. Keys was here last year, the tournament that the school hosted and was here for like
Yeah,
8
anything
or 9 hours.
anything that's school, that's done by the school.
Well,
yeah.
It was this, I don't know if the school or if Mr. Keys, let me just say that, hosted it, but they invited other kids from other areas or whatever to the tournament.
But he wasn't it has to be a final.
Right, right, and see, I knew that from the counselor, but apparently they didn't, and the same thing happened with Mr. Williams where he thought he could get hours, and I was like, no, it has to be a 501c3, so I just wanna make sure I can get him hooked up with the right person so that he can actually get credit, because he puts a lot of time in
And we
after
do,
school. So
we do tell the kids that when we have the class meetings, and even the counselor even will say, come see me before you do it to see if it's approved. But very few kids ever go.
well, he would do it anyway, even if he did, but as the mom, I'm trying to get him some kind of credit.
This is great though, because any activities
Oh,
that, you
yeah.
know,
Yeah, because like I said, we definitely need someone every meeting to host, our fundraising table. Then to come up that we need students for, so if your student needs hours, let us know. If any students are, if any of your students are interested in, helping out the needy, I was gonna say DC Central Kitchen always has shifts available. Try to get it down for the holidays, because around the holidays, it gets really packed, and they have 3-hour shifts all throughout the day and the weekend. Niece actually did over 100 hours at DC Central once they get to know them. It's really easy, just go right onto the website and you pick a shift and sign in and they register and everything.
Yeah, I was gonna, before you said that, I was just gonna say, I work at Martha's Table, and
Oh,
so
okay.
if any kids are looking for somewhere to get hours, definitely Martha's Table is someplace else they can go.
Mhm.
We do a lot of stuff with these.
Yeah. Don't wait until the spring, because we did have a lot of like DC Library that are taking more volunteers, and a lot of students who are trying to wait too late and finding out. It's usually 25, on average 25 for each season. Just 25. So if they knock all 25 out freshman year,
Like so.
right? But nothing prior to 9th grade counts. So if you
I
spend,
went to Banneker, we had to have 220 hours.
oh yeah.
Every year.
I noticed that when I was at Deal in high school, now, Banneker required like 2.5 times.
Massive, yeah.
Hey.
But they let us out every other Wednesday early to go.
Oh, to.
Yeah.
That's okay. What else is when does park scores come out? Well, they've come out for the
They've come
school.
out,
When do
and,
the individual ones get mailed?
I'll have to check, I don't know, that's a
Okay.
guidance counselor testing coordinator question.
I'm dying to see my child's park scores. Did you ever see where we ranked? Last year, we put out an incentive to the high school and middle school students that if we came in 3rd or higher, that we would throw a school-wide. We were gonna have a school-wide pizza party. So I was gonna do some overtime at work. Unfortunately, we did not, yeah, we came in more. So not too bad.
We are gonna have a vocabulary competition through the advisories. in October and November, and
Okay.
the winning team, their advisory, I'm gonna host the pizza party. So.
Okay, that's good.
Do you have a list of all the clubs and
Mhm.
things?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you
High
know
school,
how
right?
it's academic?
No, I don't think
They
so.
do have street ball. That's good. Yeah, we were Danica was in this.
How do they sign up? We had a club fair, but if they didn't sign up during the club fair, they receive the sponsor and sign up.
I happen to know that the math club is.
There's a new math club, and they just had their first competition at Wilson, and it came second.
Jeremy, is it turning their membership form? You still have it?
I have one.
And that's not
Anybody
anybody.
that wants to pay dues, I can.
Use that for me, yeah. I'll use you.
All right, I'm gonna kick everybody out, because I gotta go. Okay.
Yeah, all right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Moving October was something cool and fun.
I love people who listen to me. I am. Gonna grab